Hello everyone, my name is Shu-Chen. I'm the artist director and founder of GinDance company. And sitting right next to me is Kinetic Sculpture artist, Kevin Reese. And we are so thrilled to have Kevin right here. And we're gonna talk about a little bit of our production, I Am Here.
Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a collaborative artist. And because of that, I don't just work by myself in a studio, and I don't work just for a client. I work with people to create these pieces. And so here it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to collaborate with GinDance and with Shu-Chen.
You know, when first Kevin and I talked about this production, and Kevin was explaining to me how this kinetic sculpture works, you know, because I don't understand how it works. And he was telling me about like each piece carries its own way, and it had, you know, you have a like balance point that you have to hang, so all the pieces can balance well and really show this artwork. So I was very excited. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
But I'm sure she was also a little like, what? because I think we had to bring it to her in rehearsal, and then she had to start to put it together with the dancers and go, oh, now I see, you know, what you've been talking about.
Yes,
because
exactly.
It was hard. I'm sure it was hard for you to understand. I mean, it's hard for anyone to understand how a mobile is put together, and how it, you know, in this case, how can it be a part of your choreography?
Right. It was, you know, I had to put some of my own imagination to figure out, you know, how it works. But again, Kevin helped me so much. You know, again, we have lots of Zoom meetings.
Yes, we did.
Lots of Zoom meetings, and again, he came to the rehearsal, and I went to his house to really see the model. So, you know, I kind of explored that ideas of, you know, hey, it's kind of like life, right? We're going through this journey with all different people in our lives. You cannot erase anyone, you know, in this path. And so I start thinking about, oh, you know, it would be good to talk about a life story. And I always had an idea about, you know, hey, one day I would like to build create a work. It's about like my journey immigrating to United States.
Well, first of all, I was trying to find my way into this story. When she came up with this, I'm like, yeah, but how can a mobile, how can a work of art being created at the end of it, how can that be a part of the story? And I was a little skeptical at first, you know, when we were talking about this. But then as we began to talk, what I really keyed into, the piece takes place in her basically coming from Taiwan to the United States, and it's about what pieces you bring with you and what you don't. And so I was able to go sort of key right into that as a mobile artist, looking at what pieces that she chooses to bring with her, and what pieces that she has to leave behind, or what pieces that she brings with her, she realizes that's not part of my new life. And so I think that's really can be really engaging, and you can really, you know, be able to create choreography around that.
Yeah, and then that's what's so cool about working with Kevin. You know, it reminds me that yes, everything is, you know, we have a lot of influence from other people, but the same thing, we have our own identity, we have our own character, I have my own background, and so using the sculpture, we're using those pieces to present, to symbolize those things, and what I can carry with me. Yes, I just, that's how I love about working with Kevin. It's just, you know, this a lot of idea exchange, and sharing, and it really helped, you know, going even deeper, going even more into the story. Kevin, and then come out another great idea that, hey, how about, you know, also involve with our dancers, you know, what's their image about, what's their image about this immigration idea, because I interviewed five other people that also first generations of immigrants, and my dancers were listening to their voice, listening to their story, and so even though they are not immigrants, but you know, they, you know, Kevin, like, you know, trying to inspire them, hey, come up with your own image.
Right. Well, here was one of the really interesting processes for me is I came to a fairly early rehearsal, saw a few things that they had been working on, And so I knew that the dancers were already starting to take in some of this, certainly choreography and information from Shu-Chen, but I then watched this whole rehearsal, and then with all the dancers, we sat down together, and they began drawing pictures. They began drawing images inspired by their work, by what they were creating, and what was they were beginning to take into their bodies. And that was so fun because those images. Well, and you, of course, you worked on it too. Was so cool to be able to see that, to create a mobile, a piece of kinetic art that will be created together on stage during the piece and float up over the dancers at the end of the piece, to help to support her choreography and the story that she's trying to tell with I Am Here. So I am just thrilled to be able to work with her.
This big production will be premiere November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at Capital One Hall. So please come joining us, and you can get the tickets at our GinDance.org, our website, and of course we all also in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. So please connect with us and come to see the show.